Okay, let's see if this works. So, a bit of issues trying to actually get things kicking off today. I think we're live. I'm going to confirm that because I am definitely in early stage paranoia for this software, and yeah, I'm always second guessing it nowadays. So, alright, so let's have a look here. Uno momento, whilst I confirm on a independent device that we are indeed streaming and not being lied to by, the technical overlords. No, we are not being lied to. Excellence. We are in business. Very good. All right, let's have a look at where we are. So we are still at Castle Neverwinter, the city of Neverwinter, I should say, cleaning up the plague situation. So we are at what district is this? I want to say it's not Peninsula. It's well, let's hop outside and find out. Give me a second. We are at the Black Lake district, of course. And now I get the hiccups. Okay, so our status is actually. Did we pick up a mission from the Black Lake? Yes, Great Tree Animal Rescue. Good. I sometimes miss that one. Our status is level 6. We are a lawful neutral elven monk. Well, you can see the stat block there. 14 strength, 16 dex, 12 con, 10 intelligence, 17 wisdom, 8 charisma. Now, having the high dex is nice, but when you are flanked, you're going to lose that dex bonus to armor class, but that doesn't occur for your wisdom bonuses. So, essentially, start stacking up your wisdom, and leave your strength, your dexterity at 16, because the stat block for an elf is favoured as a +2 to dex anyway. But yeah, focus on wisdom primarily and get some items to enhance your strength. And for the elf, constitution's also a concern as well. Did we get toughness at the end of the day? Let's have a look. What do we got? Cleave, deflect arrows, dodge, evasion, flurry of blows, hardness versus, that's racial, versus enchantments, immunity to sleep, this is all not racial. Okay, improved knockdown, improved unarmed strike, great. Keen senses, knockdown, okay, like a hero's, blah blah blah. Purity of body, but did we get toughness? Stunning fist, toughness, we did. Okay, so we got a bit of a hit point buffer from the toughness. Okay, very good. Let's have a look at our skills. Oh, we dumped some points into a praise. That's nice. Heal is 7. You don't want to overdo it with the heal. Like in combat, it's nice to have a strong figure, I guess, a strong number, but it's always a rare resource, so sooner or later you have to basically cap it at a certain number and start looking elsewhere. Hide 7. Discipline's only 2. That's kind of relevant. There is an item that will protect you from knockdown. It's the luck of the draw whether you get it or not. And since you're fighting with unarmed, there's no need to worry about disarm. It really just becomes a cold shot issue. Yeah, we've got hide, move silently, laws at 6, listens at 9, which is good against invisible foes. Oh wow, we've got some parry as well. I'm not completely sold on parry. 50-50 on it, to be honest. Yep, we've got spot, and we should have some search. So we should probably put a few more points in search, just for at least we'll be knowing where the traps are, and that's passive anyway. And we got tumble at 12. You keep on pumping points into tumble every increment of 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Every time you hit an increment of 5, you're getting an extra AC armor class point as well. So our current armor class is 22. Let's say we had tumble at 15 just now, it'll just bump it up to 23. So yeah, it's a nice little tidy investment to keep on growing. Alright, with that said, let's have a look at what we're doing here. We've just come through Black Lake District doors, and there's this dude there. Sendrin, let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Hey there.
Please, can you help me? I don't know what to do. Slow down, just tell me what's wrong, or what do you want and why should I care? Lawful neutral, right? I often play it as too much of a good shoes, but lawful neutral is more, I want to say self-absorbed, but it's more like they don't feel an obligation to do something good, and they don't feel a tendency just to be vicious for its own sake, or to look for loopholes, if you like, being lawful evil. Alright, but we'll just be a bit short with him. What do you want and why should I care? Why? Aren't you a guard? I thought you had come to save me. Please say you did. I need your help. My name is Sendrin, and everything has gone wrong. This whole area is overrun, and those bastards in the Black Lake don't care. They lock themselves away, abandoning the whole place. So, we shall say, what's happened here? Why is this area in such bad shape? This isn't the Black Lake. Tell me about this area then. I don't have time for this. Okay, we'll ask some intelligent questions. What happened here? Why is this area in such bad shape? After the whaling began, we got caught between the quarantine and the Black Lake barricades. We were at the mercy of the plague thugs. Some of them used to be friends, but the plague took their minds, drove them mad. They became like animals, then Loxar showed up. Tell me about this Loxar. Loxar is a big half-orc. Not sure where he came from. He showed up after the first few plague thugs started going mad. Loxar looted in their wake. Okay, Loxar looted in their wake. So, after a while, when the place was disrupted, Loxar just started killing people and taking whatever he wanted. Charming fellow. I think he realised the guards don't care about us in here. I think I'm one of the last survivors. I've no reason to stay. He's killed my family, taken everything. I just want to know he's dead before I try and get to the city core. I'll see what I can do. What will I be paid to kill him? You couldn't get any help from the Black Lake guards? Let's ask that one. Nobody cares about us servants here. The Black Lake nobles barricaded themselves up. As long as no one gets near the barricade, they don't care. What do they care if some peasants lose their lives? Bah, I ain't working for them ever again. Alright. But I'm not going to really be able to squeeze him for calling me, am I? Let's ask the question. What will be paid to kill him? I have nothing. Nothing at all. All I can do is hope you'll help me. Please. Alright. I will see what I can do. You will? Thank you. Loxar is in this no man's land somewhere. He's pretty much taken whatever house he's wanted. There's still plague mad thugs around too. Please be careful. You're the first person to give a damn about anything that has happened here. Thank you. Oh well. There you go. Alright, so I've got the sword out for some reason. What is his weapon? Give me a second. Oh, we've got the Astral Blade. It does 1d8 damage plus 1d4 sonic. And so plus 1 to hit. Why have I cut that out? I do not know. I do not know. Jeez, I'm still rocking the Cloak of Protection versus Chaos plus 2. Alright. Well, let's get in there. Let's test it out on these guys. If I remember correctly, the blade was to break chests. So let's put this blade away. Cute though it may be. Okay. And we start looting. Might pop up the torch as well, just for viewing quality more than anything else. Have I got multiple attacks yet? Yeah, I've got 2 attacks. Okay. Okay, at this stage we're immune to natural diseases, so as a class benefit. Okay, but we've got some very basic equipment on at the moment. But well stocked on healing stuff, which is good. Very good. There's another door we can explore here. This is a bit of XP farming and also just looting as much as we can. Like bull strength, that's fantastic. So that's worth quite a bit that we do not have to spend. So too good. Alright. Yep, always get turned around here. Alrighty. There's a couple of... What's that? A rabid dog and a diseased thug. Come at me, bro. Alright. Oh, wow. Yep. Definitely stocked up on the healing potions. Alright, I'll pop up the map. It's a bit small, well, not anymore, so that should help you guys with the orientation of things. Okay, I'm lying. It's to help me with the orientation of things. Give me a break. Okay. Cat's Grace, beautiful.
My steel will strike true.
I really need a ring of cyan or something to light the way. It feels a bit corny holding this torch. Okay. Well.
My steel will strike true.
Okay. Oh. Let me also put that on silent. Very good. Okay. Alright, quite a few. I think we can handle them, no problems. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice having cleave. It's even nicer having great cleave, but only the fighter gets access to that. There is an argument to say you should go with a fighter monk build, but I always come back to the thought that every monk level they'll lose is a monk benefit that I have to wait longer for. And it's too good, especially higher level. So things like magic resistance, things like that. Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is once you max out the monk, yeah, second class or whatever, prestige class, yeah, sure. Alright, this is Loxar. Let's see if we can get his dog at least. Sorry, rabid dog. Okay. Yeah, he's no joke. There we go. See if we can knock him down. I don't think so. He looks too tough to me. Oh, I lied. Improved knockdown, of course. Ooh. Yeah, time to heal. No, heal. Yeah, I'm playing it fast and loose, aren't I? Come on, knock him out already. There we go. That seemed a bit more dangerous than it should have been. Would have been embarrassing, like dying with all these healing potions on you. Just because you're too stingy to use it. Okay. Ah, we get his head. Brilliant. A dagger, and adamantite, which you use for weapon building specialized weapons, like the astral blade, for example. Ring of Cyan. Ask for it, and you shall receive. There we go. So, Ring of Cyan gives you light, normal, blue tinged. And there we go. No need for a torch. Very good. Alright. So I think we looted this. Yeah, we did. Okay. So we got his head. Let's return it to the kid that was complaining about Loxar breathing. And get the juicy XP at least.
Hey there.
Nothing left of. Nothing. Please, if you can help, will you destroy the beast that has taken all I had? I have the head of the villain that was killing everyone. You do? I knew someone would make him pay. I knew there had to be some justice left somewhere. Thank you so very much. I wish I had something to give you, but I've nothing except my gratitude. I thank you. We should have shaken him down. Okay. 100 XP and 3 alignment towards being good. So currently my alignment, it works on a point system of some sort, like out of 100, whether you're good or evil. Where is it actually listed? It's listed somewhere. I remember seeing it. Bugger if I could remember. Anyway, it's not critical. I'm not playing a paladin or something. Alright. Chests. Let's just loot. Okay, another Cat's Grace. And this chest up here. Okay, I've been here. Good. I often find myself opening up the same chest again and again because I'm not quite sure where I left things off. Is that just me, or do you guys do that as well? Alright, Bolt of Frostbite. Let's see if I can... shoot a few people. Oh. Okay. Okay, ambush. Anonymous letter. Let's read that letter. In place of a signature, this letter bears the mark of a stylized reptilian eye. It strikes you as somehow familiar, as if you have seen it before, perhaps in a different context. You examine the text closer. Quote, read this letter well. Commit its words to your heart, for I am your master, and there are those who would seek to thwart us, the people of the Eye. Quote, Lady Arabeth has promoted some adventurers into the militia and sent them out to seek the creatures of the cure. They have already been successful once, and they must not be so again. You must stalk them from every shadow, pursue them at every turn. Those creatures are to be set loose, and hidden wherever they are out of reach. Why can't I read that? Those creatures are to be set loose and hidden wherever they are out of reach. Quote, do not fail me in this. Remember, I hold the power to grant you life in this place of death. Your lives are mine to deny. Quote, long live the people of the Eye, unquote. This note should be shown to someone in authority. I know exactly who this note should be shown to, and that is our friend, our associate, and ally, Fenthic. Emphasis on the thick part of that name. Okay. So we will be showing this to Fenthic when we can. But first, some looting priorities, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
You will regret that.
Ooh, we leveled. Very nice. Alright, before we level, at this desk here, you'll always find a silver ring, which belongs to, it's a quest item for Grimshaw, the dwarven monk that you can get as a companion. If you give that to him, he will give you a magical item in return. So I tend to collect the actual companion items and hand them in for the magical items. Why not, right? It's just like looting another magical item, and they're there. You're running into it anyway, so pick it up. But we don't take the companions with us unless we have no choice. Alright, so we're leveling up another monk level, and we got 4 points. So 1 goes into tumble. Now it's 10. That means our armor class has gone up 1. 3 points remaining. You know, I might go... I'm tempted to put it in Persuade, to be honest. It helps with rewards when you're trying to persuade them to give you more money, things like that. So it pays for itself in that respect. You know what? I think I will. It's charisma. I've got a negative to charisma, so I kind of need to pump it up to compensate. It's probably not going to be enough, but next level, if I continue with that, we'll see how we go. If I feel like I'm lacking somewhere else, I'll probably have to switch it up. But for now, we'll just put it there. Am I comfortable with that? Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Alright, and we get wholeness of body. Wholeness of body is a heal that a monk does. It's twice the monk's level in healing once per day. So it'll be 14 health basically. You can access wholeness of body under monk abilities, and there it is. So if I was to use it, there we go, we healed 11. Alright, and that's essentially the first section of Black Lake District. And this is the junction between, well, the servants that we just left and the rich people in here. You do have to speak to the captain to actually go through. You can't just bypass him.
Hello.
Hello, move along you. The Black Lake District is off limits to all commoners, especially filth like you. Oh, charming. You will let me pass or I'll get very angry, fool. Yeah, I've got no time for this guy. Did you not hear what I said? Only guards and nobles are allowed into the Black Lake area, period. Now, be gone. I'm a member of the city guard under Arabeth's command. So you're one of those mercenaries under Arabeth? And they expect me to keep all these new recruits straight? Ah, fine, I guess you can pass. Let me through the gate then. Now, you can interrogate him about what's been going on or what the area is. But unless you're playing it for the very first time, I wouldn't waste your time on it. Just go through and you'll discover it yourself. Alright, we are in the Black Lake area. And the first thing you're presented with is an opportunity to loot. So we loot. Oh, glittering necklace. Now, glittering necklaces also produce light. I am wearing an amulet of will, which gives me +1 to will. Look, normally I can put that on. Oh wow, it's actually brighter. Does that change because of the ring? No, it's actually just the necklace is actually much better. You know what? For +1 will, who cares? We'll keep the bright light on. Alright. It's technically not the right thing to do. You know, you keep the stat benefit, but Alright, this is locked.
We won't both walk away from this.
Let's flurry this. There we go. This is also one reason why, as you level up, you tend to require, lock picking and skills like that, or even disarm traps less and less, because you got workarounds essentially. You can either break a chest, or if it's trapped, you can hit it with a ranged weapon.
You will regret that.
Sometimes you have to take the risk, I suppose, of just hitting a trapped chest and by actually going into melee range. But even then, if you're a monk, you've got evasion, or heaven forbid if you've got improved evasion, then you'll be just fine. So we're just going to go around this inn and just loot whatever we can, firstly, just for the completion sake of it. I think there's a few more items here. Another glittering necklace, wow. Okay, more Fox's Cunning, excellent. These are all nice little buffs that I could use in times of need. Alright. And well, yep, see, I'm doing it again. We've looted this already. Okay. And in we go. Now this tavern is unique because it has a fight club scenario behind this door. You have to pick up a pass from a dwarven mercenary. I'm not sure if I did that. I did. Here it is. The Gauntlet Pass is what it's called. Alright, so we picked this up in either the first or second episode. And we paid, I think it was 50 gold for it. Alright, so we present this pass to the bartender and he will allow us access to the back.
Wait, what can I get ya?
Greetings, got a particular need this fine day. I've got a pass for the Gauntlet. Shh, don't say it so loud. Here's a key. Go on down where you want. It's the door in the center of the south wall. There are stairs leading down to the basement. Okay, what is the gauntlet specifically? It's a contest open to people who believe there is nothing more basic than defending yourself against someone meaning to do you harm. You win, you get a rank and a few cheers. You lose, you get dusted off and try again. It's about knowing your worth in a fight. Why is it a big secret? Look, it ain't exactly safe for people to get in a pit and slug it out. We've had accidents. A couple of people lost limbs. The city guard thinks it's a blood sport, but it's not. It's about honour in battle, and they don't understand. The guards just see what they want to. Look, if you want to try, that's up to you. Just don't blab about it and don't complain if you lose. People don't like that. Okay. If you want to see what he's got for sale, well, his attitude's favourable, which is good. I think he buys traps. I think so. If you've got any traps in inventory that's worth selling here, let's just get rid of some clutter. If it's favourable, by the way, as a reaction, your sale price of things is higher and your purchase price of things is lower. So always keep an eye on that, because eventually budget doesn't matter, but in the early days it does. We don't need thieves tools, we don't need ale. We've got a +1 glove whilst we're wearing a +2, so we can get rid of that. We've got a spare glittering necklace somewhere. That's fine. Yep, there's a glittering necklace, 62. We need that, the gauntlet key. We'll just put it down here with the other keys. That's all fine. These arrows, by the way, I can use, because I'm an elf. Okay, so if you're not playing an elf, obviously sell your arrows, because you can't use them as a monk. Okay. I'll keep the ring at the moment. I'll keep that as well. What's this? A dire mace +1. Recipes of the Forge is what you use to... what happened there? What you use to enchant weapons and armour. So maces and the like. So this is a dire mace. Ironwood mace. Yeah, so ironwood mace requires ironwood and a magic dire mace. So we'll keep this, we'll enchant it and we'll sell it. See if we can make a few dollars out of it. Okay, anything special here? Nymph coats, protection, no, not really. Yeah, nothing worth writing home about, to be honest. Yeah, very basic, unenchanted stuff. It's more of a supply center than anything else. Alright, we got the pass, so we're going to use it, but before we do that, we speak to Thorin.
What do you want?
Greetings, citizen. Tell me who you are. My name is Thorin, captain of the guard here in Black Lake. If you must know, are you going to tell me who you are then? My name is Elvin Desh. Pleased to meet you, Captain Thorin. Thank you. I have plenty of problems I must contend with today. Elvin Desh, what can I do for you? I'm looking for work, if you know of anything. Work? If you're looking for work, perhaps you could be of assistance. Well beyond trying to keep the plague out of the district, one of my men seems to have disappeared without a trace. I suppose that in itself wouldn't be so odd, considering the times, but I know this man too well. He's an old friend of mine named Samuel, and he wouldn't just leave. I could look for him. Would you? I suppose at this point I can't be too picky about who I ask for help. Geez, that's a backhanded slap, isn't it? If you could look for Samuel, sir, oh, at least he called me sir, it would be quite a relief. If you do find him, tell him to return if you can. At the very least, I would like to be certain of his face. Alright, of his fate. I've got a persuade option here. Persuade, alright, but don't you think I should get some coin up front for my troubles? Let's see if my, what was it, 3 points in persuade? Let's see if that pays off. Effectively, it's a +2 because I got a -1 from charisma. Success, it did, okay. I suppose that would be expected. I shall simply have to hope that you live up to your word. Here you go then, and good luck in your search. Brilliant, and we got 100 gold. Excellent. Alright, let's go downstairs. So we're going to find the missing guard, and we're going to try our luck in the blood sport. I've got no idea how well he's going to do at level 7, by the way. We shall see. Alright, so this is the arena. Alright, now, I know you speak with this lady here. Her name is Kalisai.
I greet you.
Welcome to the Gauntlets. I'm the healer and will tend your wounds if you need me to do so. You know the rules of the pit, I believe. What are the rules? The rules are simple. It is you and your resources against the gladiator and his resources. You're allowed a henchman and perhaps an animal companion, and your opponent will have assistance as well. You fight until you defeat your opponents, all your opponents. Anything goes in the pit, but no advanced spells or potions can be in effect. All combatants have dispel magic cast on them at entry. There are no prizes, but Claudius has put the board laid bare, which is the name of the tavern, the board laid bare, up as a reward for anyone who can beat him in battle. No one has managed yet. Why is he unbeatable? That is a discussion we can have when you fight him. Until then, you just leave it alone, okay? I will fight my first medal. Okay. Very well. You'll be fighting Hursk. There's a lever in the pit you can use to exit when you have won, or if you want to give up, good luck. Okay, so you hit the lever, which is there, if you're giving up or you've won. Okay, so here comes Hursk and his dog. In this scenario, try and take out the weakest first, and then focus on the strongest. So the dog went down pretty easy. Not going to do anything fancy here. Just going to try and clobber him. Yeah, we should have this guy easy. It's a bit distressing that he's hitting me so often though. I'll save that and I'll dodge. Yeah, he's almost done. You're cooked, buddy. There we go. And we got some XP. I think occasionally you can loot, but for the most part there's nothing there. Hit the lever and you're out. Right. And you can ask Kalisai to heal you.
I greet you.
Welcome. Yep, I'm the healer and will tend your wounds if you need me to do so. Okay. I ask that you heal me. Okay, there we go. I'm ready for the next medal round. Fashai has readied himself and awaits you. Okay, Fashai and his wolf. That's a halfling.
From this.
Looks like a halfling monk, actually. Yeah, he's a monk. Huh. Oh, he's a slippery bastard, isn't he? Excuse the French. There we go. Alright. Huh. Each combatant seems to yield a bit more XP than the one prior, signifying that they are getting more difficult. Alright. Just because it's free, we're going to ask for more healing. Not that we needed much. And we're ready for the next fight. Agar waits us in the pit. The half-orc Agar and his crag cat. Okay. Okay. See if we can knock him down. Oh, he resisted. Very good. 74, same XP as the previous guy. So maybe it doesn't go up every time.
I greet you.
Heal me. And we're ready for the next one. Claudus. Claudus is the guy who's the reigning champion. Will you keep the battle fair? You will keep the battle fair, won't you? I have the power to do so, but I am restricted a little in this instance. Claudus pays for all of this. You understand? You understand. Persuade. It should be fair. You know that. Let's see if persuade kicks in again. Failure. You do not understand the place I am in. I wish I could help, but I can't. You'll just have to try. I could offer her gold, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to try and beat him against the odds. Bring him on. Oh, 2 pet panthers, and he's got some magical protection going on. Fantastic. Alright, the panthers didn't last long. Looks like he's got some spell absorbing damage. He's got 18 points remaining there. So, essentially he's got a hit point buff. He's doing alright. Let's heal. Not taking any chances. There we go. Very good. Alright, we speak to Claudus. Damn you all. Fine. You won.
Fine! You won! So what? Proves nothing! I was champion for months! Everyone knows that! Everyone knows!
Take the place. He means the actual tavern. Go on. You are the owner now. But I've told my friends to leave. Gauntlet now goes with me. Bah. And you get 200 XP.
I greet you.
So Claudius finally falls. Good. I was sick of listening to him. Didn't pay me enough to cover his lies forever. And okay. Very good. So we now own this bar. And what you can do is ask for some of the profits. But it's early days. So initially, if you do so, if you go here,
What can I get ya?
he says, well met, boss. What can I do for you? So he's already recognised that you're the boss. Give me the earnings for the week. There haven't been many customers since the gauntlet shut down, but the plague is the real cause of how slow it's been here. Business is literally dying off. Well, yeah. Here's what we made, 50 gold. Like I said, not a lot. Okay. And that's it. The stock doesn't change, nothing else changes. So a bit of XP, a bit of fun, and you now are technically a bar owner. It's always nice to own a bar. let's see. I think I'll just drink some potion. Now we've got a couple options here. Starting off with a really tough one. Alright, let's start off with a tough one. Don't mean the chest. Okay, there's a trap. Alright, so if you talk to this pumpkin girl.
Hi.
How do you do? Let me say this again. Who you? Huh. You come for my house? Don't think so. I'll kick your tail like I keep the bad guys downstairs. Right. What's downstairs? Is there something in your house? Yeah, there's something behind the bookcase, but Mama says not to talk about. I can't say anymore. I don't want Mama to know. I know the secret word. You may go talk to her about it, okay? Persuade. Secret word? Tell me about it. We're friends, right? Success! Well, I guess. Just don't tell Mama. I hide behind the bookshelf. You say the word and it opens. It's a silly word, though. The word is Hell-Ueth. I don't know what it means, but it opens the shelf when you say it. Weird, huh? Alright, and say goodbye. Okay, goodbye and stuff. So something dodgy is going on in here. Okay, there's a bookshelf and there's a mother, Telma.
Hello there.
Greetings, why are you in my home? Not that you shouldn't be here or anything. I don't really have a reason for you not to be here. How paranoid do you have to be about the authorities when you're talking like that? And there's no reason you shouldn't go where you want. Really, I didn't mean to cause a fuss. My name is Telma, if you want to know. I want to ask you some questions, I suppose. Is there a reason you are here? Again, I don't really mean to object, but there's nothing here for you. Do you know of anything odd? Any rumours? No, I mean, of course not. Why would I know of anything odd? I mean, there's the plague, of course. What else needs to be happening beside that? Insight. Now, insight is a consequence of high wisdom. You can also get special dialogue boxes for having high intelligence. So, rogues often can generate those responses. You seem agitated. Is there something hidden here? I didn't mean to give the impression that... Oh, hell with it. It looks like you know already. There's something under my house. See, we were digging a storage place behind the bookcase and down, to hide things from city guards. It didn't pan out, though. There's something not right down there. There's a door we could never open and sounds that come from behind it. Look at the bookcase and say the word Haluith. You'll see for yourself. Okay, what kind of sounds? Would you go poking around in the dark? Maybe, but maybe you could handle it if you found something. Me, I'd just get killed. Okay. I am going to look alright. That's your decision, I guess. The entrance is hidden behind the bookcase. Please just try not to stir anything up. I have to live here. Okay. Click on the bookcase. Speak the word Haluth. And it opens up and you're down below. And you get ambushed by a shadow. Alright. Okay. Alright. Another shadow. chest down here. Shadow and the zombie. Oh, strength decreased. That was from the shadow. Alright, and we can see that chest has got a couple of scorch marks. It's definitely trapped. I'm not going to touch it. I might actually rest him. That should get rid of the debuff. And heal him up. It also confirms that we're alone. Alright, beautiful. Out with the light crossbow. Let's see if we can... Oh, hang on. Where's the attack? Ah, there we go. Jeez. I was looking for a different sort of cursor, like a sword attack cursor. But you actually... Yeah, you don't do that. You right click and select bash. This might take a while. Oh, there we go. Shuriken. Unidentified. Dragon's Tail. Well, 1d3 plus 1d4 damage with plus 2 to hit. Quite nice. Okay. I should use them more often. I never find myself doing so though, to be honest. Don't know why. Alright. A splinter delivered in flight. That sounds like an arrow to me. And we have a ceremonial arrow. Alrighty. Now, this is a tough fight. Let me show you what we're up against. So, stealth is your friend. Let's have a look inside. Let me pause. These are... there's an actual name for these swords. But essentially they're magical swords. There are 4 of them, and each one of them does different type of elemental damage. So one's already spotted me. The others have not yet.
We won't both walk away from this.
I believe they don't actually... Yeah, here they come. Okay, so... I'm not going to fight this. I'm buffed. Can I leave? Oh, God. Can I leave? There we go. They won't follow you out. Alright, we're just going to quickly heal up. Right, so... all those wonderful potions that now come into effect. So, bark skin. By the way, our extra point and tumble got us to 23 armor class. Bark skin brings it to 26. Fox's cunning for dexterity brings it up to no further, 26 still. That's disappointing. Have I got anything for wisdom? I do not. I'm going to buff my strength. Alright, so strength is now 19. Why didn't dexterity go up? Did I select the wrong potion? Oh, Fox's cunning's intelligence. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Okay. What I needed was Cat's Grace. Yes. Alright. Have I got endurance? Yes, I do. I'm going to take that as well. Alright, so we've now got 84 health, 27 armor class, but there are multiples, so I'm going to lose about 4 off that, maybe. And we're hitting harder, and that's all we can hope for at the moment. Let's see how we go. And we might have to start using up some heals as well. Actually, have I got a bless? I'll use that as well if I got it. Yes, I do. I often forget about bless, but why not? Alright, now the alternate to doing this is to use something like a potion of invisibility. But I'm not going to do that. I'm tempted to take the potion of speed. It will work for a monk. But I'm going to hold off. Let's see how we go. Alright, so they're in exactly the same place we left them. And it doesn't really matter which one we focus on. We're going to go for one that's barely injured, because it is injured. Look at that. It's just... wow. They hit hard, man. Okay. That's the fourth one. Okay. Wow. I'm healing. I'm almost thinking of running out again. Actually, I'm going to. Holy crap. Maybe I should use that potion of speed. Let's try again. Okay. Now the other way out is obviously through the portal stone. You can see how I'm really struggling against this. Ah, we destroyed one. Excellent. Okay. Elemental resistance, if you got access to it, definitely recommended. Come on. Okay, near death. They were actually quite evasive as well, so I don't recommend Flurry, which will give you a bonus attack but -2 to hit. I think that's probably going to be counterproductive. Flurry's good if they're low armor class. Jeez, we take a lot of damage. So this is the first time that I had genuine concerns of dying. It's that dangerous. Don't underestimate this section. Alright, they're all dead, thankfully. And they were fighting for, by the way, I'll just give you the tour. There's nothing around the back, nothing like that. But they were fighting for what was in this sarcophagus. It's not trapped, but it does contain 2 heavy objects. +1 axe and the armor. Because I've buffed my strength, I can carry it. But once that strength buff goes, it's going to essentially be too heavy for me. So I'll just leave here. I'll end up having to actually portal over to Arabith. Okay. But the buffs did their job. They mitigated some of the a lot of the incoming damage actually. And hastened the actual outcome of the fight. Alright, just doing a quick search around the buildings. Okay. Alright. So we're going to go over to this section now. On the mini-map. Alright. And we're going to loot here.
You will regret that.
Okay, the store is inaccessible. Don't even try. And there is a meeting over here with Formosa, which we're going to speak to very quickly.
Oh my. Well, I suppose you must be one of the city guard, though I hadn't realized they were so desperate for recruits.
Everyone keeps on insulting me. Jeez. Well, regardless, you do agree with me about Meldanon, don't you? He should be forced to end his hoarding, give up his stores. Who are you? My name is Formosa Leitanen, daughter of a noble house. I may be shut in behind these walls along with the rest of the nobility, but that doesn't mean I think we don't have a responsibility to the city. Okay, all my buffs are going, by the way. There are people starving out
I have
there.
to lighten this load.
Yep, my strength's just gone. There are people starving out there. I would help them if I had food to offer, but only Meldanon has it. And having his hoard taken and given to the sick is the very least that Meldanon should suffer. Who is this Meldanon? You don't know about Meldanon? Well, you must not be from around here. That's for certain. Meldanon is a vicious and evil little man. He does whatever he pleases in Black Lake because he has two things: magic and power. He kidnaps people for his experiments and has all sorts of magical abominations in his estate. And all the other nobles pretend not to notice. Well, I won't, and I'm not intimidated by him. His merchant house has been hoarding food and goods for years in this district, and he should give it up whether he likes it or not. I'll just agree with her. Always agree with the zealots. I agree with you totally. Well, that's good to hear. There's few enough people around here with some courage to know what's right and say it out loud. The only question that remains is what's to be done about it. The city guard have had their hands full just keeping order. And the chance of me stirring up these frightened pigeons to act is not good. Something drastic needs to be done, and it needs to be done by those who have the ability and the conviction. Like you, sir. Will you help me? Oh God, she's playing me for a sucker. What exactly did you have in mind? That depends. Are you averse to performing a task that some would consider underhanded? I was going to say unnatural, but that's a Star Wars person coming out. Just how underhanded are we talking here? Now, speaking of killing Meldanon and taking from him the key to his warehouse. You will kill him, or will I? I'm no killer, sir. If I were, I would have challenged the sorcerer long ago, and all this would be unnecessary. Okay, perhaps you're right, as long as the reward is. Yeah, okay. You must acquire Meldanon's key, then. You must acquire Meldanon's key, then. That allows access to his hoard. and Melden himself must be killed so no one need fear retribution from the monster. Melden lives in a walled mansion in the northwest corner of Black Lake. His gate is guarded well, and there are other wards, but somehow you must gain entry. I do not expect you to do this without reward, of course. Bring me the key and I will give you a magic necklace. For the sorcerer's silver tooth, I offer you 500 gold pieces. That's all I can offer you, and it is a fair price for the service you will render. Persuade. Let's see if persuade kicks in again. Could I persuade you to give me some coin up front? Success. I suppose there's no harm in that, considering that what I'm asking of you. Here's 100 gold, all I have on me at the moment. Good luck. There we go. See, the persuade skill is kicking in. Now I've had my movement decrease because of my weight allowance has been exceeded. Now that the strength buff has worn off, so let's go sell some stuff. Back here, actually, we're going to hand in the armor. That's the first thing.
Greetings to you again. It is good to see you return to this house of Tyr.
I hope there's been some progress with the search for Halutha Never's tomb. He would raise the spirits of the city. I have an artifact from one I have an artifact from one of the tombs. You do? Wonderful. Please tell me what it is you found. Describe the recovery of Halutha Never's rusted armor. His very armor, and the location of his tomb. Who would have thought it was just beneath the surface, amidst so many others? He speaks of his desire to be known as just another Neverwinterian. Despite his greatness, he never forgot his home. As I said, you are to be rewarded. Here, take this 200 gold. It's not much, but there is more to come. Your efforts are appreciated. A light has been cast on Halutha's Never. I'm tempted to say Halutha. A light has been cast on Halutha Never's and his life, and there is still more to find. There are further artifacts on his travels. Return to me if you find them. I shall reward you fairly, plus more when they are all recovered. Okay, and you just place your returns later on. Tyr guide you to justice. Well, okay. Alright. Let's have a look here. Off to get some healing.
One of the bards here in Castle Never is composing a song to honor your adventures during the recovery of the second reagent. I believe I heard Lord Nasher himself humming the tune in the halls. People are beginning to take notice of you.
Wow. I'm not even wearing a sexy armor outfit, and I'm noticed. Even though they keep on insulting me whilst being surprised that I'm here to help. Okay, so firstly, can you heal my wounds? Secondly, I found a note you might be interested in.
Let me see. You were right to bring this note to our attention. Take it to Fenthik. He is the one in charge of unmasking the enemy behind all this. He will find your note most interesting, I am sure. Is there anything else I can do for you? Farewell.
No.
May Tyr guide your steps.
I'll tell you what, her voice acting is excellent. Actually, all the voice acting is pretty good in this game. Alright.
Hello again, and well met as always. Is there something I may do for you?
I thought you might be interested in this note. Let me see, Elvin. The People of the Eye. A cult in Neverwinter is dark news indeed, especially one bent on preventing us from recovering the water Dehavian creatures. Before you, this is Deathfa. before you launch a time-consuming investigation into some mysterious cult, Fenthic, you might want more evidence. For all we know, this note is a fake. Wow, so he's accusing us of faking it. So insight, Jessa, your helmets are kind of like a cult, aren't they? Or insight, a cult could have both organisation and the determination to be behind this. Or you can say the note is real, Dessler. Or why would I make a faint note about a cult in Neverwinter? I'm not going to lie, it tickles me to throw the accusation back at Dessler. Say Dessler, your Helmites, so they worship Helm. So, yeah, the plural's Helmite. You Helmites are kind of like a cult, aren't you? How dare you! I'll not be slandered by these baseless accusations. Show me your proof, or I will demand you be held for inciting false rumours. Dessler, settle down. We cannot begin to threaten each other over every perceived insult. Elvin was only making a joke. I was kind of not. And you, Elvin, you should not make such accusations, even in jest. The penalty for any who are involved in prolonging the plague is death. Rest assured that I intend to follow every lead in my efforts to find out who is behind the suffering of Neverwinter. You've done well to bring this to me, Elvin. It's an honour to serve Neverwinter, Fenthic, or is there some type of reward for bringing this to your attention? Let's be mercenary about it. You've proven your worth through your deeds, Elvin. Here are 200 gold pieces for your service. Okay, and we got 50 XP. Persuade. This note was not easy to obtain, Fenthic. Not easy at all. Failure. I would give you more if I could, but I must exercise restraint lest I drain Neverwinter's coffers completely. Is there anything else you need? Nope, I'll be going. So again, you can interrogate him about a few, questions about his relationship with Arabeth and whatever, but it's all a bit of fluff, to be honest. Okay, so did we need to sell anything?
One of the bards here in Castle, I believe I heard
Okay, so we got the +1 great axe, we got the dire mace. She won't buy traps. So the great axe requires Stonefire, Adamantite. So we've got Adamantite and a magic great axe. So let's actually just do it to learn about the process. I think I did it. I've done it once before with a great sword, but we still need to do this because it's additional weight, and we sort of need to keep our weight limit down. So let's off to get this done. Alright, straight down there. And all you do is you pop in the materials you need. Oops. Where's the great axe? There you go. Speak to Marok.
Hello there!
I want you to make an item for me. Okay, I see some stuff. This will work. A Stonefire great axe. Here's you pay 500, and away he goes. Alright, let's have a look at the end result. Stonefire great axe, 1d12 times 3 multiplier, just a axe, +1 enhancement because you need a +1 weapon, and it gives you a +2 damage. That's what it does for you in fire. Okay, so I spent 500 and upgraded a +1 axe. Let's see how much I can vendor it for. Always vendor it to someone who finds you favourable. And he does not. So we're not going to vendor it here. I wonder if the druid found me favourable.
Greetings again.
Yes, okay. So he will buy it for 2,472 gold. That is indeed a profit. And we're now at 16.5. Fantastic. Not that we can buy anything from him, but... Well, technically we can, but we're not going to waste money on plus one items. Okay. Now we also got that ring that I mentioned before, the companion item. Now the ring belongs to this companion at level 7. So the way this works, right, is you engage the companion as a henchman, and then you can ask them personal questions, and they will divulge a bit of information, but they'll stop at a certain point, and they'll only continue once you've leveled up. The next level, they'll divulge a bit more if you inquire. So at this level, level 7, when I engage them as henchmen, I should have done all the minimum levels. So essentially you can have the entire personal storyline without having to pause it because you need to level up. So, and at the end of it, you'll find that they're wanting some sort of item, and if you've got it in your inventory, you can give it over, and as a reward, they'll give you something, a magical item of their own. So, with Grimshaw, he's a creepy monk. Let's just change the sound options here. I want the voice volume to be a bit louder. Let's just up that, and the voices to be a bit louder. Okay. So I know you. You're at the academy during the slaughter of the students. You were there when the assassins came. Who are you? How do you know about the academy? I'm Grimshaw. Grimnor. Not Grimshaw. Grimnor, a monk of the Order of the Long Death. The grisly account of the academy is no great secret, Elvin. Not to one who seeks such things out. Tell me, as you stood amidst the blood-soaked corpses of your fellow students, did you gaze upon the face of death? Did you look into his cold eyes and feel his icy touch upon your soul? Okay. So you can say, you seem a little bit creepy, Grimnor, which is basically stating the obvious. He does look kind of cool though, I'll give him that. Especially in this photo. What kind of skills does a monk of the Order of the Long Death possess? What's a monk of the Long Death Order doing in Neverwinter? I don't feel like talking. Okay, so we're going to ask him what's he doing here first. There's a foul taint upon the city. Death. True. Permanent death. It's perfect in its absolute finality. Pain, suffering, anguish, torture. Even these are the tools that prepare us for my master's soothing embrace. But this plague is unnatural. Its victims never pass to embrace. Its victims never pass to embrace of the Silent Lord. Sorry, I can't read. Its victims never pass to embrace of the Silent Lord. Its victims never pass to embrace the Silent Lord. I'm just going to get rid of the word Never pass to embrace of. Yeah, doesn't make sense. Its victims never pass to embrace the Silent Lord. The Wailing Death is a blight upon the world that must be ended. So far, I have uncovered no answers on my own that might help end this epidemic, though I am eager to search for the beggar's nest. What's in the beggar's nest? I've heard rumours that in the blighted district, zombies walk the streets. Few things are so reviled by my order as the abomination of the undead. It would be reasonable to imagine there is some connection between the undead and the unnatural end of those who succumb to the Wailing Death. Okay. Why haven't you investigated the beggar's nest yourself? Alone, I'm not likely to survive the dangers of the district, and throwing my life away is a foolish way to serve the Silent Lord. My death will come in its appointed time. Alright, actually I'm looking for hired help to assist me on my mission. The monks of the Long Death rarely join with those outside our order, but I sense the mark of my master is upon you. A storm of blood swells around you. Anguish and death will follow in your wake, just as it did at the academy. Yet there are many whom death will follow in this city, many who are willing to pay for my services. My fee to join your cause is 250 gold pieces. Huh. Persuade. How about 200 and the promise of lots of killing? Failure. Wow. There are many who can offer me the chance to revel in the joys of killing and death, and they will pay far more for my services. My offer stands at 250. I could use a good fighter. Here's your 250 gold. Welcome aboard, Grimshaw. Just a side note as well, all the companions will ask for 250, and if you and there will also be a option to try and persuade them for a lesser amount. So again, persuade is a good. Think of it as a skill that can earn you gold, basically, or shortcut the options for you. Alright, I could use a good fighter. Here's your 250. Welcome aboard. I foresee a future of brutal and savage slaughter at your side. My order will be pleased. Alright, and you'll see he now pops down here as a companion. My hands will deal death to your enemies, and all my skills are yours to command. Whenever you wish me to change my tactics, you have only to speak to me. End of that. So, to that, you can click on him.
Is there something you need?
Right, and you can ask him to change his tactics, so he can change his stance away from you. If you fail to open a lock, do not try and help, because automatically they will. Or you can just say don't change anything. So, but
is there something you need?
You also notice that you can level them up if you are taking a companion. So since I'm maximum level for dialogue options for the companions, they should level up quite a few times. So I like you to level up, and you'll see what happens. Keep your eyes on the actual character. He'll vanish and then reappear with a different uniform. You'll be more useful to me with a little training. My skills have improved somewhat. Give me a few seconds to rest and I shall be ready to show you my new skills. Alright, so there he goes, vanishes and reappears. Can we get his details up? He's got 55 health now. I don't know if you can get your stat sheet up for your companion. If anyone knows, please put it in the comments. I'd be interested to know whether I could actually do that. Let's see if I do character. Is there a companion option? I don't think you can, but again, I'm happy to be corrected on that one. Anyway, so now that we've got our companion,
is there something you need?
right? I just want to talk for a while. Conversation is one way to pass the time until the Silent Lord comes to claim us. What do you wish to speak of? So, if you want to just breeze through this, just press number 1 and on all your dialogue options, and sooner or later it'll present you with the option to give Grimshaw his ring, and he will give you the reward. For the purposes of this live stream, we're going to go through the dialogue though, just to get a feel for the actual storyline. So I guess it's a spoiler if you haven't seen it and you're interested in it. To be honest, I haven't really paid close attention, so this is kind of like my first time. Yeah, so I'll just do it for the sake of completion. If you're going to be my henchman, I'd like to know more about you. I would ask, Elvin, that you tell me about yourself first. I'm eager to know what type of man I have allied myself with. Why do you serve this plague-ravaged city? What possesses you to venture out into the streets amidst the bloated, swollen corpses and the burning funeral pyres? Okay, I've seen too much death and suffering from the plague to stand idly by. I seek to forge a legend that will last forever. Arabeth has promised me gold and riches if I can help her in this. Okay. Okay, so these are kind of alignment-based options. So, am I doing it for personal motives? Is it just the gold, or am I, empathizing with the sick and dead? So, why am I doing this? Yeah, too much pain and suffering. I'll go with that. What the plague brings upon the people of the city cannot truly be called death. There is no final release for the victims of this illness into the waiting grasp of the Silent Lord. True death, the ultimate end of existence, is the one perfect absolute in a flawed world of uncertainty. The Order of the Long Death understands this. Okay, tell me more about the Order of the Long Death, Grimshaw. That's all well and good, but just remember that until your death comes, you're serving me. Okay, let's find out about the Long Death. We bring pain, torment, and anguish to the denizens of this world to prepare them for the release of death. We spread devastation. We seek to tear down, to obliterate, and to destroy. The monks of my order bow down to death. Elven. We may swear allegiance to another, but only as it serves the will of the Silent Lord. Okay, so the Silent Lord is a god your order worships? Or, your order sounds pretty evil, Grimnor. I'll go with number 1. Let's see. My order does not bow before any god. We worship death itself in all its incarnations. Gods are transient. Even a god may die. Baal, Bane, Sirik. But death itself is always present. The Silent Lord is the name we give to the concept, the very essence of death. How fascinating. We all serve death in one way or another, Elvin. It was only after I left Mithril Hall to join the Order that I truly came to understand that. Mithril Hall? Is that where you come from originally? How did you end up joining the Order of the Long Death? Let's see if we can find out a bit of Mithril Hall information. I spent several years at Mithril Hall in the service of Brunor Battlehammer before I joined the Order of the Long Death. But there was no place for me among the clans at Mithril Hall. I was shunned and reviled by my own kind. Shunned? What do you mean? Or, we don't have time for this now, we need to stay focused on our mission. I mean, personally I think it's number 2, but for the sake of the story, let's go with shunned. Shunned? What do you mean? This is not the time to speak of this. Okay, so when you get this dialogue, this is not the time to speak of this. It's a level limit that's been activated, so they're saying basically, I'm not going to give you more information until you level up. Elvin, let us return to our mission. Silent Lord's hunger will not be sated by mere words. Right, so now, normally you'd have to run around, get a level, and then you could engage him. We don't need to do that, we've already got plenty of levels.
Is there something you need?
Right, so you just go back to, I just want to talk for a while, and you're back into it. Okay, conversation's the way to pass the time until the Silent Lord comes to claim us. Yep, blah blah blah. I want you to continue your story from before. Very well, Elvin. I've been reluctant to speak of my time at Mithril Hall, but you will not let the matter rest. When Brunor Battlehammer reclaimed the throne at Mithril Hall, not 20 years ago, it kindled a fierce racial pride in all the dwarves of the north. I was one of many who flocked to Brunor's banner, one of many who came to battle the denizens of the Underdark and to drive them from the mines beneath Mithril Hall. But they wouldn't accept you, would they? Or did they reject you because you were part of the Long Death Order? Let's go with number 2. This was long before I joined the Order of the Long Death, and at the first Mithril Hall welcomed me, for even then I did not fear death, and I was eager to inflict it upon my enemies. There were many among Bruno's followers who shared my love for battle and the reckless fury with which I slaughtered my foes, but none of them appreciated the terrible beauty of what was all around us. It's great writing. Have you ever heard the glorious chorus of screams of dying drow echoing in the chambers of a dwarven mine? Or paused in battle to taste the palpable spectre of death descending upon the field like a cool mist? Love it. Have you ever stood over a dying comrade, drinking in his pain and fear, and as his life bleeds away, gazing into his eyes to glimpse the terrible understanding shining through his final instant death? I butchered that. Hang on. Let's do this again. Have you ever stood over a dying comrade, drinking in his pain and fear as his life bleeds away, gazing into his eyes to glimpse the terrible understanding shining through in the final instant death claims him? Oh, wow. That's horrible. Can't say I've had the pleasure. I've seen my share of killing, if that's what you mean. Let's say number 3. After the battles, I would walk among the scattered corpses, fascinated by the truth of their deaths. The others found it disturbing. I knew, but I couldn't stop. The compulsion was too strong. And as I wandered amidst the twisted, mangled bodies and gazed into the mask of agony forever frozen on their faces, I understood. Drow, Druga, dwarf. In death we are all the same. In death we are all perfect. I tried to share my revelations with my brothers in arms, but they could not understand. They only looked at me with horror and disgust. Okay, your options are: no kidding, you freak, Grimnor. They were weak, Grimnor. They couldn't dare to face death like you. I think we need to part ways now. Grimnor. Some of these options are quite funny. So do we play into it, or do we call him a freak? Let's see. Alright, we'll call the others weak. Sure, let's feed his ego. I left Mithril Hall shortly after my revelation in search of something. I found the Order of the Long Death. I suppose I cannot blame my fellow dwarves for their reaction. The acceptance of death is not easy. Even among my order there are those who cannot face the Silent Lord when their time comes. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, Elvin. Here we go. I should not have said anything about this to you. This is a matter that must be solved by those of my order. Okay. You can tell me, Grimnor. Maybe it's something I can help you with. Let's just go with that. Either option is fine. Just don't let it distract you from the job at hand. But I want to find out. This is not the time to speak of this. Let us return to our mission. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so level up.
Is there something you need?
And you continue the conversation. Okay, I want you to continue your story from before. I told you earlier this was a matter for those of my order. But you have proven yourself to be an agent of the Silent Lord. Death follows you wherever you go. You're not one of the brothers of the Long Death Elven, but you are a monk, as am I. You understand the duties and responsibilities owed to one's order. I've not been completely honest with you about my reasons for coming to Neverwinter, Elven. I came here in search of someone. Her name is Alaganda. Like me, she was a disciple studying to enter the Order of the Long Death. We often train together in anticipation of our initiations. I will not describe our initiation rituals to you, Elven, but the Silent Lord claims many who undertake them. Only the few who survive, as I did, are welcomed into the Order of the Long Death. But Alaganda could not bear to face her own mortality, and on the morning of her initiation she fled, breaking the vows she swore when she first joined the Order. And you followed her here? I did not follow her right away. The ravages of the ritual had left me broken and weak. But when I recovered, my instructor came to me and told me what I must do. Alaganda has denied the Silent Lord that which is rightfully his. For this she must die. And because I am the lone survivor and the most recent initiation, I am the one to give the privilege of killing her. If I am ever to advance further in the Order of the Long Death, I must bring back proof of Alaganda's death to my masters. Proof? What kind of proof? Alaganda always wears a forged silver ring embossed with the crest of her family, a soaring falcon against a full moon. After wearing it for so many years, the ring will not fit over her finger, and she would never willingly remove the ring while she lives in any case. The Silent Lord has many tools to reap his harvest. Alaganda may have succumbed to the plague or other misfortune, but I will search the city until I either kill her or find the ring that proves she's already dead. Okay, and we've already claimed that ring. I will help you find and kill Alaganda. At least help you find the ring. Or she's probably dead already, and the ring could be anywhere in the city. You'll never find it. Let's just offer to help. I will not rest until I find the ring that proves Alaganda has been taken by the Silent Lord, though I know my chances of success are few. Okay, I have a ring here with a falcon on it. Is this the ring? Okay. Now, if you don't have that in inventory, then I'll find it if I let you know. As long as you search, as long as you don't let the search interfere with your service to me. Right. So, but we have the ring, so let's offer it to him. Yes, this is Alaganda's ring. This is the proof I needed. Now I know she has been taken by the Silent Lord. She was a fool to flee. There is nowhere we can run that death cannot find us. I have no gold or treasure to reward you, but there is one thing I can offer. A small token perhaps, but it is all I have. You have proved yourself a true servant of the Silent Lord, Elven. Take this amulet. All who join the Long Death are given a similar talisman. That's it, a cheap amulet. I'm not going to say that. Thank you, Grimshaw. Damn, it's funny though. You know what? Let's do it for entertainment purposes. Oh god, I'm going to regret this. There's power in this amulet, Elvin. It will not save you from the Silent Lord when he finally chooses you, but it will grant you some protection from succumbing to those who will deliver you into his grasp before your appointed time. Eventually, I will return to the Order and report Allegander's death to them, but this can wait until your mission here is done, Elvin. The mark of death is upon you, Elvin. As long as I stay by your side, I know I will serve the will of the Silent Lord. Okay, brilliant. Okay. And as for the item in question, let's have a look. It's this here, this Amulet of the Long Death. +1. Alright. Enhancements to Con +1, and you get spell resistance 10. Not too shabby. We could do it with a bonus to Constitution, but a +1 won't actually change anything. Spell resistance though is nice. So, but if we put this on, we lose the light source. We're going to have to put on the Ring of Cyan again. Okay. Now, that storyline wasn't too bad, and it kind of makes me want to, you know, find out more, or even, you know, do a team up with a companion. If you run around, you'll notice that your companion follows you. And if you dump, you can either talk to the companion to dump the companion, so dismiss it from your service, or you can actually just take up another companion and they will swap out. So essentially that companion will remain in place whilst the new one runs around. So I've got another item here, which is the brooch, I should say, which is going to be something Dylan, the Red Tiger, is looking for. So let's speak with him.
Greetings. I see you are not yet infected by the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Among such suffering and misery, we who are not yet afflicted must be grateful for our health.
Who are you? I'm Dalen, the Red Tiger, of the Uthgard tribes of the Frozen North. But it's been over a year since I left my people and came to Neverwinter. Now I earn my living as a blade for hire. Alright, so there's small talk you can do there. Well spoken for a half-orc. Sorry, I don't know much about the Uthgards. So this is really just exploring some of the, you know, the actual lore of the history of Neverwinter and the surrounding regions. You can get to the point, just say I'm looking for a good mercenary, which I'm going to do, frankly. I'm no stranger to battle or bloodshed, but I am a warrior with honour. I will not undertake any sinister missions. Had I decided such work, I could have found employment back at the docks. Right, so he will leave you probably if you're doing some underhanded things. I work with for Lady Aribeth. I've been instructed to find several missing creatures that are ingredients for a plague cure. Or you can try and keep it confidential. I'm going to just tell him. Aribeth's reputation is well known throughout the city, so I have no fear your mission will bring dishonour to me. I'll work for you if we can agree upon a fair price for my services. I'm not one to boast of my own abilities, yet the skill and ferocity of the Uthgard tribes are well known throughout the north. I doubt you'll find any other axeman for hire who's my equal, only 250 gold, and I'm yours willing servant. Persuade, that's a little expensive, I'll give you 200. Success. We could split the difference and settle on 225. 225, deal. Okay, you'll not regret this, my lord. My skills are yours to command, and if you continue, you'll see him drop off as your companion and be replaced. There he is. Now he's gone, and he's now no longer a companion. which by definition means you can't have multiple companions following you around. I'll follow you and perform as the best of my abilities, blah blah blah. Okay, so
Yes? Is there
Firstly,
something you need?
we'll level him up. Okay,
Yes? Is there something you need?
he looks slightly different. Just want to talk for a while. If you're going to be my henchman, I'd like to know more about you. I would ask Elvin that before I tell you about myself, that you tell me something about yourself. Among my people, it's said that in knowing our companions, we come to know ourselves. I admit that I fight only for gold, but I know nothing of your motivations. Why do you serve Neverwinter during these darkest times? I've seen too much death and suffering from the plague to idly stand by. Yep, so against goody two-shoes answers, selfish answer, or just the mercenary answer. I've seen too much death and suffering, even though I'm basically the one responsible for half of it. You're an honourable man, Elvin. I too seek honour in the Neverwinter, though of a different sort. I came to the city to make a name for myself, Elvin, to forge a legend that even the tribe of my mother would hear. Instead, I find myself guarding crates and barrels against common thugs. Yet, even in the sordid world of the docks, my reputation spread. Several captains asked me to join their crews. Perhaps if the plague had not come, the name of Dalen Red Tiger would have become a legend on the high seas. Okay, those days are over. You work for me now, don't forget it. Or don't worry, Dalen. Stick with me and the bards will sing your praises. Sure, let's do that. Perhaps it is for the best. Had I joined a ship's crew, it is unlikely the Uthgard would ever have heard any of my accomplishments. My place is here in the north. Okay, this is the land of my birth, and this is where I must fulfill my destiny. I'll bring no honour to my mother's name by fleeing on a ship. Only if I stay can I hope to redeem the shame of my father's blood and end my exile. Exile? Shame of your father's blood? What are you talking about? Oh, cork it, Dalen. The last thing I need is your problems dumped on me. Love it. Let's find out about his history. Please forgive me, Elvin. I became lost in the moment. The drums of glory momentarily distracted me from the task at hand. It would not happen again. No, Dalen, tell me what you're talking about. I want to hear it. Please, Elvin. The things I said before, the words were, this is not the place to speak of such things. Perhaps later I'll speak more of this, but not now. Okay, so it's a level up.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I want to talk, continue your story. In the time we have together, you've respected my request for privacy, and now I feel I'm ready to tell you the rest of the tale. I mentioned my exile to you before, Elvin. The truth is, I did not willingly leave the Uthgard to come to Neverwinter. The tribe cast me out. I'm a monstrous half-breed. As a child, it was obvious my blood was tainted. I was violent and savage. It was only because of the pleas of my mother that the tribe did not slay me as an abomination while still an infant. What about your father? I never knew my father. My mother never spoke of him, though I saw the pain in her eyes whenever I asked. But where the pain came from, I could not say. Some in our tribe said she was a vile beast. Some in our tribe said he was a vile beast who forced himself on my mother during a raid. Jeez, they don't sugarcoat it. Others claimed my mother loved him and welcomed him to her bed, then wept when he was murdered by the warriors who discovered them. The truth I shall never know, for it died with my mother last winter. At her death, the tribe cast me out. Can you blame them? Why waste good provisions on a half-breed bastard yet to prove himself in the world? That's horrible. They had no right to do that. Someday you'll prove yourself and they'll learn to accept you. You're better off without those bigots. Can't say I blame them. I'd have done the same thing. Jeez. Let's say he's better off. I bear my tribe no ill will. They had little choice until I prove myself. They cannot be certain of where my loyalties lie. Once I show the spirit of the Uthgards is pure within me, the Red Tiger tribe will welcome me back. Okay, it's not as if they had abandoned me in the cold. They gave me food and weapons before they sent me out into the world to prove myself. And a scarred talisman and a sacred talisman of the tribe once carried by my mother. Forgive me, Elvin, but I cannot speak of this anymore. It's too painful. Ah, jeez, you're just coming to the punchline. I want to help you. Just tell me what you know. Just tell me how you have to prove yourself to the tribe, and we'll do it. Thank you for the kind offer, but there's little you can do for me right now. Please, Elvin, the things I said before, the words were, this is not the time to speak of such things, perhaps later, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yes? Is there something you need?
Level up, and then get back into it. Continue your story. Sigh. I suppose you deserve to know the rest of the story, Elvin. I've kept the weight of this weight upon my heart, but we are in this together. We are both warriors, after all. If I cannot turn to my brother in arms for aid, who in this world can I count on? There's something troubling me, Alvin. My quest to prove my worth as an Uthgard warrior has not yet begun, and already I fear I have failed. Failed? How? I'm not the first Red Tiger warrior to be exiled in this way, though most who undertake a vision quest to do so as punishment for committing some crime or transgression against the tribe. Say that again. I'm not the first Red Tiger warrior to be exiled in this way, though most who undertake a vision quest do so as punishment for committing some crime or transgression against the tribe. When the warrior is sent from the tribe, he is given a special talisman. This talisman must remain by his side, for its magic brings the visions, and the visions eliminate his quest. My talisman was a simple brooch worn by my mother, one of sentimental and spiritual value. Alas, I fear my quest will never be complete now, as the talisman, the key to my visions, is lost. It happened shortly after I started work at the docks. I tried to keep a vigilant guard over the talisman, but the district is crawling with pickpockets and cut purses. Ever since it was stolen, I have sought the brooch, but how can I locate such an object? Okay, I'll try this again. Ever since it was stolen, I have sought the brooch, but how can one locate such an object? It is unique, but of little monetary value. It may be that the thief who stole it threw it away when he realized how little it was worth. That was partly the reason I stayed so long at the docks, hoping I might somehow discover the brooch. I am certain it is somewhere in the docks district even now, if it was not burned on the bonfires of the plague corpses. Alright, don't worry, Dalen, we'll find your brooch somehow. I know I shall probably never find my mother's brooch again, Elvin, but I shall not give up hope. Without it, my vision quest will never be revealed to me. And then you say, since you got it in the inventory, is this the brooch you're talking about? My mother's brooch, thank you. I can never repay you for this gift. Yes, you can. I've no gold or treasure to reward you, but there is one thing I can offer. A small token, perhaps, but it is all I have. Among my people, there is nothing we value more than friendship. You have proved yourself a true friend, so I give you this amulet as a sign of the bond we share. And thank you, Dalen. Because of you, my vision quests can continue. I'll keep my mother's brooch, by my side so it may guide me on my quest. But until I receive a vision to guide me on my quest, I remain by your side. Once more, I thank you for finding my mother's brooch, Sheldon. Okay, and that's it. So, the item he gives you is the Amulet of the Red Tiger Tribe +1. It's a bonus 1 to strength and an immunity to fear. Okay, so let's compare these things and look at our stat block. Now, they both gave a +1, 1 to strength and 1 to constitution. Strength and constitution are both even, so you don't get another bonus until you get to another even number. So 15 strength will increase our carry weight but won't change the 2 hit and damage bonus. And increase in constitution will, I think it increases your fortitude save by 1. Let's try this. No, it won't even do that. So it really does nothing for you. So on the surface, the strength 1 is the way to go. The other bonus it gives you here is its spell resistance 10, but we have an item here, the Sash of Shimmering, which gives us spell resistance 12. So that's already giving us spell resistance, and the constitution's not doing anything for us, compared to increased carry weight and immunity, full blanket immunity to any fear effects. And a fear effect will have you'll lose control of your character and it just runs away, right, trying to escape a danger that it perceives until the effect wears out. So we're going to go with the strength bonus, the Amulet of the Red Tiger Tribe with the immunity. So our carry weight has now gone up. Sorry, where are we? So it's now 133 maximum as opposed to 116 without it. Alright, so that's a win-win. And we've got now an immunity to fear. It should be here. There it is. Immunity to fear. So that's a win. Now we do have one other item, which is the Celestial Elixir. And I'm trying to think of who wanted this Celestial Elixir. I'm going to say it's Sharwin. Is it Sharwin? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's Sharwin.
Who's this? Some poor soul straggling in off the diseased streets? Are you here to join our ranks and beg for an employer? Or are you actually here to hire someone?
I might be looking for a henchman. Is that so? Then I shall have to reform my impression of you. Oh, geez, another backhanded compliment. Who are you then, that you have coin to spare upon hiring help? My name is Elvin. Well, who are you that you interrogate possible employers? Fair enough, perhaps I should introduce myself then. My name is Sharwin, and I call this city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'd be smart to hire me to accompany you. Alright, so you can start interrogating her. Are you a local girl? Do you seek, and if you don't seek adventure excitement, you're pretty sure of yourself what skills you have, so let's find out. I'm a caster of bardic magic, a master of all skills, and a teller of the oldest legends. And with or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame in my time. One day bards will sing their songs about me. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lord. If so, I don't particularly care. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of a bard. Okay, I'm looking for someone to help me in my mission. So I understand. Might you be able to illuminate me as to the nature of your mission, of this mission of yours? I'll work for Lady Arabeth. Blah blah blah. Arabeth is Lord Nash's servant, so your mission is bound to be exciting. Yes, I think I'd rather like to join you if the price is right. My skills don't come cheaply, however. I'll follow you gladly and to the best of my ability, my lord, provided the price is met. Okay, let's see. 250 gold seems fair, wouldn't you say? Let's see if we can persuade her down to 200. Nope, she wants the full amount, and we'll give her the full amount. Okay, she's replaced now the barbarian or fighter or whatever he is, and now we do the same thing.
Is there something you need?
Let's level her up. Okay, her outfit changes.
Yes. Is there something you need?
And we're going to ask to talk for a while. Like to know more about you, alright? I'm game for a little chit chat. I want to ask you something first, however. They always start off like that. Why on this mission of yours? Will I work for Arabeth at all? Did she bat her pretty elven eyelashes? She did actually. At you? Was it some other force at work here that I'm not aware of? I asked first. I can't stand idly by. Or there's another option here. It's my duty to assist. There's nothing more to be said. I don't mind that response actually. Duty, is it? I can appreciate that a little, but I know far too well where duty can take you. I shook off those notions long ago. I desire fame above all else. I want to walk the path that others haven't, to make my own legend rather than recount others. I want to be thrilled and awed by my life. When I look back on it, to regret nothing. This may seem shallow to you. I have my own reasons, however, and I ask no one's approval. What do you think then, Elvin? Do you have a chance at those things, travelling with you? Who knows what might happen, Shawan? Yeah, who knows? True enough. Adventure can lead to death or obscurity. One can never tell for sure. Far better to make the attempt, I think. Far better even to perform great deeds and remain unknown than to not even try at all. Sounds like better to have loved and lost and all that. I know where the normal path leads, believe me, the path of the expected, the path that everyone else wants you to lead. Down that path lies oblivion. Oblivion? What are you talking about? Or, no need to be so melodramatic about it. Let's go with that one. I do not exaggerate, Elvin. I know what I speak of well enough. There are many ways to die that don't leave a corpse, whether you agree with me or not. She's got a point, you know. If you wish, I'll tell you a tale sometime about my family and how I became what I am today. You'll probably be bored to tears, as I'm certainly not the stuff of legends yet, but it's up to you. Tell me now. Nope. So she wants me to level up. Not in the mood to tell you just yet. Of legends and fairy tales, certainly, but I only tell stories about myself when I'm ready. I'm sure there's plenty of to keep us busy, correct? Lead on. Okay, so...
Yes?
Re-engage.
Is there something you need?
Talk for a while, continue your talk. I suppose I did have to tell you about my family, didn't I? Very well, I'll tell you. By my family, I actually mean my mother. She's the only true family I've ever known. I've never met my father. He and my mother parted ways before I was born. Mother was an adventurer, you see. A mage, in fact. Of some skill. This is what other people have told me. However, as my mother would never discuss it. She left that life behind, along with my father, to marry a man of wealth. Okay. You don't sound as if you approve. Perhaps not now, but I didn't know any better then. My mother considered her past nonsense, as she had more important things to think about. My mother wanted wealth. She wanted to live a life of fine jewellery, of carriage rides and a fine mansion in Black Lake. Her husband was a means to an end. Wow. She left behind her magic and instead spent her life spending money. Far more money than my stepfather could ever afford. She didn't care a whit for his complaints so long as he kept providing her coin. When he died unexpectedly, she was devastated, not because he was gone, but because he left behind a mountain of debts. She was terrified at the thoughts of being poor. Wow. What about you? Were you saddened by his death? I never really knew him. To be honest, my mother kept me quite distant, shuttled from one private school to another. She formed a desperate plan. Although she rarely saw me when I was a child, now she had need of me. I was a comely young woman, and she would see me wed to a wealthy bachelor. Not for my benefit, of course, but for her own. I was so meek and accustomed to being ruled by her, I couldn't even conceive of an objection. My mother had her eye on the young Lord Farthington. That name rings a bell, by the way. From Baldur's Gate, maybe? Lord Farthington? I don't know. Please let me know if you do recognise that name. He would never stoop to marry poor nobility, however, unless he desired me. I would have to seduce him. Did you? I had intended to. I went to Lord Farthington's estate to attend a party being held in his honour, my mother meaning us to meet. When we arrived, I was awestruck at the size of the hall. There were so many people dancing I could barely take it all in, and the music was so beautiful. I stepped onto the floor and approached the man my mother pointed out. I was very nervous, but the man was handsome and kind and witty. I fell in love with him immediately. My mother grabbed me away from him angrily. My mother grabbed me away from him angrily. Not long after, I had mistaken her directions. It was not Lord Farthington I had danced with, after all. It was far too late for my heart, however. I take it your mother wasn't happy about that. She was furious, naturally, since I never got to meet a Lord Farthington. She was even worse when it was discovered who I'd met. His name was Dannon, a penniless apprentice bard in the service of Lord Farthington. I was utterly in love with him. My mother told me to forget all about him. I couldn't, however, despite the possibility that we might lose everything. Love can do that. I was young and blind and hopeless. I fell for the first man who showed interest in me. Not that my mother intended for that to stop us. I had a choice, obviously, to take the path I was expected to and seduce Lord Farthington, or run off with a penniless bard. I should have done one or the other. As it turned out, I made a mess of everything. Being a young fool, I suppose that could be expected. I'll tell you what happens later on. Let's continue. Alright.
Yes?
Yes,
Is there something you need?
Yes, tell me more. Continue your story. You want to hear the rest of the story about my ill-fated affair? Not really, to be honest. I'm losing interest. Okay. I should have run off with Dannon or turned him aside completely. I did neither. I was unwilling to disobey my mother. Instead, I seduced Lord Farthington as she wished and loved my bard in secret. Dannon was kind to me, he enthralled me with his music and I adored him. Lord Farthington, on the other hand, was merely lustful and possessive. My mother was overjoyed. This couldn't have gone on long. No, that's true. These things are bound to come to a bad end, of course, and I wish I had known that. As the date of my marriage to Lord Farthington grew closer, he began to suspect something was amiss. I spent far too much time away from him and in Dannon's arms. It was all my mother could do to convince him that I was true to his love, and that I was, true to his love, and it was she who finally discovered me in the arms of my bard. So did she have Dannon killed? She had the guards chase him away, but they weren't able to kill him. That didn't stop me from loving him either. Mother turned on me then and forbade me to see Dannon ever again. I was to marry Lord Farthington, and that was all there was to it. I refused at first. I loved Dannon, and nothing else mattered. So she begged me. That proud woman got on her knees with tears in her eyes and begged me not to abandon her to poverty. Abandon her to poverty, yeah. I could do as I was expected, save my mother. I could do as I was expected. Save my mother and marry a man whom I did not love, or I could run off into the unknown with Dannon. Okay, let's see. She's not with Lord Farthington now. You chose Dannon. I struggled with the decision, for I had never had to make up my own mind. But the thought of that dreary life with Lord Farthington frightened me so. I chose Dannon. Lord Farthington was outraged. He tried to have Dannon and me executed, and we were forced to flee with not a copper between us. My mother was crushed. She was turned out from noble society as she feared, and lost everything to repay my stepfather's debt. Well, let's see, what did you do then? I fled from Neverwinter with Dannon, and we travelled far, and he taught me how to become a bard in my own right. I did not return home for many years, until recently in fact. It was an odd feeling to discover that Lord Farthington had lost his own fortune years ago, and both he and his household were now dead from the plague. That was the fate that had awaited me. And my mother, I've only been to see her once since my return. She still lives. She has lived all these years as a poor seamstress, it seems, bitter and blaming me for the poor luck which had befallen her. We said little to each other as she ordered me out of her leaky cottage. I did find out one thing, however. She is dying. She suffers from bone rot. Bone rot. She suffers from bone rot, a disease which would require the attention of several clerics for a month to heal normally. With the plague, however, no one can help her, though I've tried in vain to find one who can. Is there nothing that can be done? I know only of one sure cure for bone rot, an extract from the flower that it is said to be grown on the fabled cliffs of Mount Celestia. Finding such a potion will be difficult. I have no doubt. Wow, I'm reading really badly. Finding such a potion will be difficult, I have no doubt. It is my hope to find one, however, and save my mother's life. I do not owe her, really, but I would like to do this one thing for her now. Okay. Is this the potion you're talking about? I just whip it out from the belt. It is indeed. How you came across something that only can be made on another plane, however. Well, I won't question it. Thank you, Elvin. I'll have this sent to my mother as soon as possible. You made me feel much better. Here, take this. It's a belt that belongs to Dannon that I've saved. I want you to have it. Hopefully it will serve you as well. Thank you, Sharwin. Okay, not very used to kindness from others. I will not forget this. Let us just proceed with your mission now. Okay, so firstly we're going to ask her to leave.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I think we're better off on my own. You think so? I will not help you. I will not help where I'm not wanted if that's what you really want. Yes, go. Well, off you go then. You'll find me right here if you change your mind. Okay, and that's true. She won't move off. Alright, so what did she give us? She gave us a belt. This belt, in actual fact. Belt of the Performer +1. Charisma +1. God knows we need that. Skill bonus +1 to perform. Skill bonus +1 to persuade. The persuade can be nice. It can be useful at times to have that little bonus. Maybe it makes a difference. +1 to charisma won't make it another positive. Get rid of the negative number there. So it's effectively useless. And I certainly wouldn't replace the belt permanently and give up spell resistance 12. In effect, I don't find myself using this belt ever. I kind of forget about it. That's a brutal truth. Oh, by the way, when you hire people, they give you contracts of them being hired. Right, so there's a paper one there from Sharwin. I tend to just put them on my second last tab. Grimnor gives you a gem. And the final one is a feather from Dallin. They don't do anything except for signifying who's actually being contracted to you. So we've got 2 other people whose items we don't have. Well, 3 actually. Sorcerer, Cleric, and back at the temple, we have a rogue as well. Whose name is Tommy. Just show you over here. Tommy Undergallows. But we haven't got their items yet, so I'm not going to pick them up or anything. Alright, so back to the Black Lake district. For us, let's get this mixed up. Black Lake is behind us. Okay. You can add pins to your map, by the way, and make your own comments where you want to. Occasionally I use it, especially early days when playing this game. Alright, so, we could have taken the portal back. Looks like we're going the long way, which is just retracing our steps. Give this out of habit more than anything else. Are we going for gold? 15.8. Okay, this time around we don't need to speak to him. Okay, so we've retrieved the artifact from the tomb of Never, and we've spoken to the noble about killing the mage. So onwards and upwards. Let's see. Just as we go. I'm not going to waste my time with a bullet. If you're a rogue, there's some rogue quests in here and opposite over there. You can't see him, but trust me, it's there. I'll show you in a second. If you're not a rogue, well, you can go in there, but there's traps and other things you have to contend with. It's probably not worth the effort. Yeah, over here. Okay. So there's 2 objectives up here. Oops, did I get those? I did not. Okay. Right, so 2 objectives up here. One is the zoo, and one over there is actually the wizard's abode. To kill the wizard. We're going to start off with the zoo, I think.
You will regret that.
Finally, we get to hit something again. For all those people who were bored to tears with all that dialogue. Okay, so Neverwinter Zoo. You click on this door, and it's asking for a 1 gold in payment. Pay the gold, it's not worth all the fuss. And hop in. Alright. So we pop in here, run around. There's no traps on these doors or anything like that. Okay, pop around, open this. Right, so on your mini-map, the animals are in here, but we're going to clear out the place first. Okay.
We won't both walk away from this.
Now you can ignore it if you're a stealth character and you want it to stealth past. To a point you can ignore them. Some you do have to kill, so you can open up the actual animal pens. Okay. Pretty straightforward though, you know. I say that, but if you're doing solo as a cleric maybe, or solo as a rogue, you might find this actually a bit more challenging, since your ability to hit is compromised slightly, because you haven't got the same Thaco. I think they still call it Thaco in this edition. The chances to hit is not the same as monk or warriors. For the record, warriors get a bigger bonus to hit than monks.
We won't both walk away from this.
It's consistent every level, whilst the monk is not. It sort of has like a plateau and then jumps up after several levels. Same as a cleric in that respect.
Have at me!
You will regret that.
But the monk does get multiple attacks, and the damage that it deals out does get more powerful over time. Speaking of which, what's he doing currently? He's still doing 1d8. So we go from 1d8 to 1d10, then 1d12, then 1d20 over time as you're leveling. And the punch itself gets a magic bonus, like a +1, +2, just an innate, even if you're not wearing any gear. It's considered magical. Alright, through here.
My.
I'm feeling extremely dry-mouthed. Just give me a second here. That's a bit better. Alright, let's have a look. So no nasties, just loot. Antidote potion, which is handy. Okay, we're running down. I'm going to take the next right. There's going to be a lot of foes in here. Okay, 7th level, can handle them. Although you might need to heal occasionally. Come on. I love the death noises they make, the screams. Okay, my health is getting a bit low. Alright. So, not much experience with them. Only 7 per kill. Let's heal up.
You will regret that.
Okay, this is a tough chest. None of this should be trapped in this room, if memory serves. There's a few trapped chests further in another room, but I'll draw your attention to that later. Okay, let's have a look here. Alright, boss fight. Not so dangerous that I need to worry about buffing or anything, but just be mindful of your health, I guess. Montgomery Shore Shot Weatherman, I think he said. Weatherston. Okay. Close. Yeah, I'm using my reflex save to actually deflect arrows, which is a monk skill, and it's just really paying off at the moment. There we go. Reflex save. And there we go. He has a magical bow, which he always drops, which is actually good for me since I can use bows. And he also has adamantite, which will make a new magical weapon. Also good for me. Longbow +1 will replace my old short bow. And I'll actually got a +1 longbow. Or a +1 crossbow. I guess it's the same bonus to hit too, isn't it? Let's have a look. +9 to hit. Yeah, +9 to hit. Gameplay. For style points, I'd go with the actual crossbow. Simply because, you know, it's got the elf flavour to it. But in actual mechanics terms, it's no big deal. Nothing here should be trapped if memory serves. Actually, always see if it's locked. Yep. Okay. You want to be pretty thorough in your using here, because you're not going to come back to the zoo at all. Yeah, these chests are just very tough. This is just a robe of light, basically. Technically, I can wear it as a monk, but you actually lose a bit of armor class.
My steel will strike true.
Alright. You think they'll drop a key for all these chests if it's a boss fight? Anyway. Hey, okay. Big deal, copper necklace. Alright. And some armor. Good thing we got the strength amulet, otherwise we'd be already overloaded. Okay. So we come here. Now, before we hop into this room, come out to the very end. And we were given a teleportation by tree scroll, which is something a druid would give you. I think it's here. Teleport via plants. Magical scroll used near the large tree outside the zoo in the Black Lake district. You will transform into that single large tree into a portal for the zoo animals to escape. So, if you got that scroll, click on the tree and it gives you the option to use the tree. And there we go. Now we've got a portal. Now we go free the animals. And to do that, we go in here.
We won't both walk away from this.
Have at me! You cannot win!
Want a bet? Alright. So be sure to leave the door open. Don't want that door closed. Okay. That's the restoration, always welcome. Large chest with scorch marks. That's all you need to know. Take out your bow or crossbow and start peppering it for all she's worth. Oh, that's one damage. It's going to take a while. If you decide to manually hit this instead, by using your sword or punching it or something, about a 50-50 chance it could kill you. Especially if you're a few levels lower. Don't mess with it. In fact, any chest with scorch marks like that, don't mess with. 2 or 3 scorch marks, no. Just try and destroy it by range. It's going to take forever, admittedly, but so does restarting, for example. Unless, what happens if you don't want to play under the same criteria and you just want to continue playing even if you die? What essentially happens is in game you get resurrected by a cleric back at the temple where Erebeth is, and it costs you a percentage of your experience and wealth, if I remember correctly. So there is a real consequence to dying. It's not like you can just say, yep, let's just die 20 times, who cares? Because you are weakened by it. So, yeah. I do actually like that as a game mechanic, by the way. It gives you the ability for a second chance, if you like. but at the same time, you can't be blasé about it. Okay. Alright, I recognise that shape. It's a +2 shuriken. Yep, with fire bonus. Okay, put that there. Alright. Everything else has been looted. So let's move on. Another boss fight. Master of the
We won't
Pens.
both walk away.
Okay. Not much of a boss, but again, a couple of levels lower. Or a different class like a rogue. And you might think this is tough. Alright, if memory serves, that chest is trapped. See if I can detect it actually. I'm not going to risk it. I believe it's trapped. Could be wrong, but I think I'm not. That opens the animals. So let's do that. Let's attack this. Okay, too good. Alright. So, now we don't run into doors. Leave the doors open. And I just like to start methodically from the end. And talk to the wolf. Yes, the druid gave us an item that allows us to talk to animals, which was this scented fetish. Yeah, allowing communication with the captive animals. So let's talk to them. You are free. Wait until I make sure the way is safe. I've already done that. Run to the tree outside. It will send you to freedom. Okay, animal is instantly more lively. Sense great joy. Okay. That's right. Look after the animals. Okay, let's go here. The lion. Run to the tree outside. It will send you to freedom. Again, happy lion. There's 4 animals in total. Panther. Run to the tree outside. And the final one's a polar bear, if memory serves. Yes, it is. Okay. Run to the tree outside. Beautiful. So the animals are all gone outside. We've cleared out the guards. Looted everything. The world is good. Alright, let's go outside. Come on, Mr. Polar Bear. Oh, wow. Alright. So, follow them. They're all waiting. Just click on each animal. Step into the portal and you'll be free. Alright, just do that 4 times with 4 different animals. And you've basically done this quest. Now, it's important to note, you cannot step through this portal. That selfish druid never thought about you. They just left you hanging. But the animals are out. Okay, so let's get out of this zoo and proceed to catch ourselves a mage. He's holding back on the food and was doing something else. What was he doing? Wasn't it rumoured that he had a cure for the plague? I think that was part of the original motivation. Okay. And we are out. By the way, Monk's biggest advantage, well, not biggest, but a really cool advantage of the Monk is the move speed. You will appreciate it over time. Okay, so 2 ways to get into the mansion. One is to fight this guy and all his lackeys, which are hidden over here, and just brute force your way through. He'll drop a key, and you can get through. Option number 2 is speak to Millie here, who will reveal a secret way inside.
Do business to you.
Okay, just stay right where you are, boy, so I can keep an eye on you. Who are you? Most of the rich folk around here parts just call me the cleaning lady. Weren't always so, of course. Once I had me a pretty name to match me face. The city pays me a bit of coin to go around the district and keep it tidy, sure enough. It also takes in laundry. Also takes in laundry from your neighbours. So have you been to every house in the area? Not every home, silly boy, but close enough as it makes no difference. Are there certain estates you don't go into? Oh my, yes, certainly. You wouldn't catch me going to Meldon's estate to take his laundry, of all things. No, no, no. Mind you, there was a time... but I should not talk about such things. I'd be an old lady boy. Best you leave me to work now. Persuade. Should have put on my belt. I'll go on. What were you about to tell me? What were you about to say? Success? Oh, it was a long time ago, boy. She always wanted to tell us when I was a pretty lass. Meldonin were a young nobleman then, and handsome besides. His father, rest his soul, didn't approve of me none so young. Meldon used to sneak me into the estate, he did. Hehe. But that was long before Meldon became a wizard and such. He's no use for poor old woman no more. Ain't it? And it's best left in the past. If he snuck you into the estate, perhaps the interest still exists. Oh, aye. Yeah, that it does. Meldon had a magic door put into me very own home, which leads into his estate. It would open for me at night, you see. It keeps the floor... I keeps the door closed and shuttered now. No idea if even still opens none. I be hoping Meldon's gone and forgotten about little me. If you wish to use it some, me home be to the north end of the district. Here be my key. Take it. Just don't make a mess, mind you. I don't really have anything worth stealing in there, but you look like a guard anyway, so I don't think I need to worry about you. Just use the key and go on in. Now I can offer a gold, 10 gold as a gift, or ask her other questions. I'm going to just give her 10 gold. What the hell? Thank you, my lord. After all, I'm going into her house. It is a fair amount of coin for a poor old woman to own. You're very kind. Goodbye. Run off then, leave an old woman to her work. Alright, so this is the house she's talking about, just next to the actual fountain here. Well, it's not really a fountain, is it? A pool, right? And the key should open it up, no problem. And she's right, you can loot, there won't be much here. Alright. But loot it anyway, get your 10 gold back. You sell Potion of Clarity is really nice. Okay, so but the room we're interested in is this one here. Opens up, and sure enough, there's a portal. And bingo. You're in his bedroom, where everything's locked. Okay, just loot everything. And another key, probably out to for this door here. I'm going to rest up first just to get some health back. No, I'm not. There are enemies nearby. Okay. Let's rectify that. A nasty imp and some beetles.
We won't both walk away from this.
Try and get rid of that imp first. He's got to conceal. I guess that won't happen. Finally hit him. These imps seem to regenerate health as well, by the way. Okay, my spell resistance spell helped me. There, he healed up again. Alright, let's get rid of these beetles. Fine. Oh, we might be able to drop him here. Ooh, ability damage. Didn't know he could do that. Now I know why he's a nasty imp. Which ability? Dexterity. Okay. Okay, and he's dead. Beetles drop fire beetle bellies. I think it's useful in some spell components. And I get a gauntlet from the nasty imp, which I can't identify. See if I can rest. Yes, I can. Let's see if we can get rid of this debuff. Okay, there are two doors. The one to the north opens out to a corridor. There's a lot more doors. And the one to the west opens up to another corridor. If I open
My steel will strike true.
Okay, you can see how it's got a few dog legs in there. It's also got a few traps along the way. Nasty, but not lethal, I would say. It's a bit of a concern that my elf is not picking this up passively. But I know that one's here and one is somewhere here or something. So there's one. Should be another one. Oh, there's one. There's one there. If you got evasion, looks like evasion's your friend. And the door itself is trapped as well. Yep, there it is. Showing up as a trap. There we go. Alright. These chests are not trapped. And here you'll find the katana. Not magical, but...
I have to lighten this load.
Alright, so I'm overweight.
My steel will strike
I'm
true.
gonna actually loot all this before I go back and sell off what I've gained. Actually, if I go back, I can hand in the zoo quest as well. And since he's favourable to me, I'll get a better sale price for whatever I've got. Come on. And there's 2 of these types of chests. Or is it 3? 3. Moderate runes and armor. Yeah, I'm definitely. Definitely holding a lot of weight. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Better not be a copper necklace. Here we go. Cure light wounds. Well, I did run out. So technically I
You
needed that.
will regret that.
Could you imagine doing this in real life? Slamming your fist into a hardwood chest of some sort. Not to mention your feet. Okay. Oh, 200 sword +1. Okay. Potion of War. And a crate. There's the copper necklace. Never fails. Alright, so we'll portal out of here. And we shall not bother with... technically speaking, every level, Arabeth recalculates whether she likes you or not.
One of the bards here in Castle Never is I believe I heard Lord Nasher himself.
Still unfavourable. Bugger you, woman. And your tempting armour. Temptations of the flesh. You should know better. Shame on you, paladin woman. Going on about being righteous and then dissing me. At least Natalia here
Greetings
loves me.
again. Nature welcomes you.
Okay.
I hope the day has held you in better health than those poor creatures in the Black Lake Zoo.
There has been progress in freeing the animals. That's good to know. Truth be told, my animal spies have kept me informed. I have felt it necessary to carefully monitor the creatures involved. All the animals are free and safe. I pity about the deaths among their captors. All life deserves a chance, but perhaps that was their chance. I would call the encounter a success and must reward you accordingly. I'm sure you will be pleased. Accept this reward and be thankful. Our association has been a trying one. It has not. I was pretty chill with you, dude. Persuade. You must agree that I am worth more. Success. Perhaps I could grant a bit more of nature's blessing upon you, but I cannot make this allowance again. This ironwood is as much as I can manage. Temple is severely strained in this time. Now you can deny more and threaten, or say demand more, I should say, and threaten him, or just say it's sufficient. I don't threaten him. I'll just say it's sufficient because I want to buy stuff from him. You serve the Earth Mother and Tree Father as well as could be done. Right.
The plague still rages, but some small comfort has been given. Animals are no longer caged in that horrible zoo.
Okay, require supplies and unfavourably met. Alright, goodbye Mr. Great Axe. Goodbye copper necklaces. Goodbye glittering necklace. Let's identify this as banded male. Robe of electrical resistance. I thought it was a robe of light. My bad. He won't buy traps. We give it a junk though. Silver ring. Companions from the companion amulets can't be sold. Yeah. You can. Oh, actually they can, but for 0 gold. By the looks of it. So please don't try that. Okay, long death amulet. Gauntlet, +1 damage. +1 to hit. Don't want it. I got a +2 item already. Alright. Alrighty. Let's put these traps elsewhere. This clutter. Alright. Ironwood goes down there. Alright. So, sell the katana. What I want to do is actually... where is it? Here. Okay, so that's there, that's there. That's there. This will make sense in a second, guys. Put that there. Alright, so I'm putting all the magical items together. That could be enhanced. I need to check to see. Well, let's check the armors first. I know the ironwood will work on this dire mace. I don't know about the two-bladed sword though. Okay, so Scales of Truth, special holy water, and armor class totaling 5. That's 6. That's 3. So it doesn't apply. Let's see. 5, 3. Gargoyle skull. Yeah, and a diamond 6. Okay, so these can be actually enhanced further. We know this can be with iron, with ironwood and two-bladed weapon. Let's see, blades. Two-bladed sword, ironwood, and magical two-bladed sword. So I need more ironwood. I guess that'll sell more than the mace, given that it's an exotic weapon. Where is it? So we'll try and actually create that. I've never actually done that before. I haven't done either, to be honest. And yeah, we're still carrying a bit of weight. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Take my money. And let's check it out. Ooh.
I have to lighten this load.
Looks like a batleth. It's keen. Okay, keen means that your crit threshold, like this normally crits on a 20, now it crits on a 19 or 20. Not bad. So instead of a 5% chance of getting a crit, you now have a 10% chance of getting a crit. Very nice. Sometimes I see weapons like that and I think that I should get the, for example in this case, the exotic weapons feat, which I could do as an option and then use that particular weapon, but there's two things you've got to think of. One is that feats for the monk are not exactly plentiful.
Plague still rages, but some.
And you got to be careful. And frankly, the unarmed attack is really good. All right, so I can sell this for 2,893. Goodbye. Okay, so that's helped with the weight as well. I don't have a diamond. I do have adamantite, but I don't think I can do anything with it at the moment. Let's have a look. Battle axe. Okay, double axe can use it. Great axe can use it. A hammer. Warhammer. Katana can. Great sword can. Alright, so anyway, point is we haven't run into it yet. We are carrying a lot of weight though, and we haven't found the other components. So what you can do in this sort of situation is just drop them in a safe place. So I tend to just drop it over here, and the game will remember that it's there. And you can just pick it up when you want to, and away you go. The other thing you could do is buy a bag of holding if they're selling such a bag. She's not though. Or a bag of weight reduction. Anyway, we'll just drop them there and hop back into the action. Okay, so we've just looted the storehouse and we're on the way. Again, there are traps here, trust me. There's definitely one here. Okay, coming through. Alright, we'll check the end of the hall and then double back. So okay, at the end of the hall is another room. Looks like a bedroom of some sort. Oh, let's just check if it's open. Nope. Easy done. Okay, this is his journal, and if you read this, you discover that he has picked up a dryad, and he's thinking he can actually find the cure for the plague, and He's thinking about all the money he can make. I'm not going to pick it up. It sells for 1 gold. I'll just leave it there. I don't want the extra half pound weight. Alright, so we're going to clear this out.
You will regret that.
Remember,
You will regret that.
come on. Alright. Beetles. Okay, that's done there. Run across. More beetles.
Walk away from this.
Pretty sure there's 2. No, just 1. How odd. Ah, there it is. Must have somehow locked him outside. Okay, go around the corner. More beetles.
We won't both walk away from this.
Now, I'm not taking a lot of damage from those breath attacks because of evasion. So if you don't have it as a feat, yeah, expect to lose a bit of health. Okay, these are beetle hearts, don't need to worry about those. Alright, in this room is the entrance room to the estate, and that's his manservant, Grommen. He's not the brightest spark. He's a half-orc. Who you? Master say he no won't be disturbed. My name is Elvin. Who are you? Me, Grommen. Grommen work as guard for Master. Keep out bad people. Let in Master friends only. Easy job. Never seen Master friends. Who you? Insight. You don't need to challenge me. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't supposed to be, would I? Or you can say, I'll be one of the Master's friends. I'm here to see him. Either might work. I'm going to go with insight. No need to challenge me. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't supposed to be. No, Grommen, guess not. You smart like Master. Grommen, open door. Okay, that's all we need. There's not. You can kill him if you want. He'll fight you. These are the front doors. But we're just going to move on. And open this door. There is going to be a tough fight somewhere. But this ain't it. Okay, more beetles. And now there are less beetles. Holy trap. Interesting. Okay. Keep going. There's some dogs in the corridor. Don't like killing dogs. too good. Oh, there's someone else there. Oh, a caster. Okay, let's loot. Okay, back to the corridor. Aha, okay. In this room, you'll do a few things. There's a key here to the prison. Pick it up. There's a dire badger. You're going to kill that because I think it can be summoned. I could be wrong. Just kill it. It's XP. Just think of it as a bag of XP. Okay. $33 XP. Now, remember that guard you're trying to find? He's here, Samuel. And you got the key, so you can open it up and speak to him.
Pleased to see you.
Don't hurt me, please. I haven't tried to escape the wizard's damn prison, have I? Are you a prisoner here? Duh. I am. My name is Samuel, an inspector for the city guard, until that mad wizard took me for prisoner. You're Samuel. Captain Thurin sent me to look for you. He did. It's good to know he didn't abandon me. I was almost afraid that, well, never mind. Thank you for coming to release me. Now you can milk him for info, but we know what we're doing here. Would you be able to find your way out? Yes, I believe I could. Then go. The way behind me is clear. Thank you, sir. I'll find my way. Only wish I could take my revenge on that damnable wizard. Don't worry. Once you leave this place, seek out Captain Thurin. I'm sure he'll want to thank you. Correct. Alright, so that's done. There's some captured goblins in there, which you're free to smack around or abandon. I like to smack them around personally. Why not? That's the purpose of goblins after all. Okay. Didn't actually see him. Oh, there's the other dog. More dogs. Okay. Done. I think that was everything. Yep. Okay. So loot. Ah, here. Tough fight. Alright, see if you can draw out some foes first. You got lucky here. This is especially tough if you haven't got evasion, by the way. Okay, the other one's coming. Excellent. Now, the reason why you want to kill these is because the clutter, they actually stop you from getting the apprentice. They surround them basically, and they tie you up essentially. So getting to that apprentice quickly is actually important. Let's see if I can sneak in. Don't often sneak. Maybe I can actually stun him as well. Nope.
We won't both walk away from...
No. Couldn't do it. And... you know, try to interrupt his spells. Okay, so that's very low. Let's heal. Wow. Let's heal again. Don't be too stingy in your healing. Jeez, I'm not evading very well today. Let's get a stronger heal in. Wow. Oh, failure on a reflex save. Another failure. Wow. Okay. It's better. Kill him already. Yep, if you hit him, there's a good chance you interrupt the casting. Okay, good, we got him. Oof, that was tough. The summon ball disappears, and then you just got this little annoyance. Okay. Alright. Wow, that was a tough fight. Let's see if I can heal. No, there's enemies nearby. Pretty sure there's one over here. I'm going to top up my health and take him out. This is a lone caster. He should be tougher, but he's not. He goes down pretty easy. Okay. Some nice potions here. Okay, beautiful. Alright. So, some chests might be trapped here. Could be that one. I'll see if I can spot them. No, it's looking good. Not going to risk it. Can't believe I failed so many reflex saves. That's why improved evasion's the way to go. On a fail, you only take half. On a success, you take none. Come on. It's likely not trapped, to be honest. You know what? I'm confident it's not trapped.
My steel will strike true.
There we go. Aha, a magic bag. That'll make everything I carry about 40% lighter. These are not trapped. Ooh, robes of the old order. Give me 1 second. I'll show you what they are. Alright. So far we've been wearing Robes of the Shining Hand +2, which essentially gives you a +2 to armor class and a -1 to your listen skill. Robes of the Old Order work a bit differently. So my armor class at the moment is 23. You put on the robes, and now your armor class is 21, which is to say you lose the +2 that the Shining Order robes give you. But instead, what they give you is damage reduction +1. You soak 5 damage. So whatever hits you, the first 5 is soaked up. So if you're surrounded by 5 foes, they each hit you for 5 damage, you absorb 25, 5 fives, without taking any damage. In general, the robes of the Old Order are seen as superior to the +2 Shining robes. The counter argument to that, by the way, is saying not being hit is the best type of damage reduction there is, which is a fairly strong argument, I'm not going to lie. But you've seen already, even with the +2, I've been getting hit fairly often. So, it's one of the downsides of not having a shield, for example, and heavier armor. So if you're running with the assumption you are going to get hit, then having the robes on and soaking up damage is a viable strategy. Come on. There we go. We'll just power through these chests. Let's have a look at our weight. Yep, 51 out of 133, no problem. I should be using the sword, shouldn't I? Forgot all about that. Let's try the sword. 1. So far, it's actually better with the fists. 5. I'll take it all back. I forgot all about that. Ring of Cyan. Alright. Let's unequip this. Now, through here there are traps. One becomes readily visible. There's the other one. Okay. And now we go to the next floor of the estate. We've cleared the first level. There's only 2 levels, so we're more than halfway through. No traps here. Okay, but there is a few methods here. Okay.
You will regret that.
Oh, the sword. Forgot the sword. Alright, use the sword. Yeah, there we go. It's already worth it. Okay, there's nothing else here. Alright. You know what? I think I'll just replace the sword for the torch. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's a hot item. Nasty imp. Yep, let's demolish him. By the way, the robes of the Old Order, they're not going to absorb the first 5 magical damage, if I remember correctly. It's just physical. Okay. No more imp, but we do have a cloak. This looks like a cloak of concealment. Not.
We won't both walk away from this.
Trapped. Okay, good. Grains of sand. Okay. Okay, now you got options, I think. No options. Still go through this door. Alright, so you had an option in the other room to go through that door there. Don't do that. Go through this door, just follow my pathing. You'll thank me later on. Alright. Oh, I'm still using the sword. Okay. Very good. Alright. Now we loot.
You will regret that.
Okay. Very good. Alrighty. Now, things to know about this room. Firstly, in this cabinet here, you'll find an item wanted by the cleric companion. So let's just grab that to hand in later on. Okay. Secondly, you'll see an alchemist's desk. You can loot that and grab some dragon blood, which will help you build a weapon or armor. Thirdly, you'll notice that the dryad is there. If you approach the dryad, the boss fight will commence. So we're not going to do that quite yet. What we're going to do is approach from this direction, not from that direction. I'm going to open this door. There are traps in here somewhere. And yes, we will find out where the hard way. There it is. Okay. Pretty sure one of these chests is also trapped. Let's just start working away at this one. Hopefully
Some
that'll...
sorcery turns my attack.
Oh dear. Okay, so I cannot open it the old way.
We won't both walk away from this.
I'm tempted to try it. I think I can survive it. Question is there anything worthwhile in there? What's my health? It's not too bad. Famous last words? Maybe. Okay. Alright. Where'd it go? There we go. Many talons. Many talents. Okay. Alright. I'm going to risk it. Let's see if I can heal up first. I can. I want to be at maximum health when I try this. I doubt it'll have such a high spike in damage. Yeah, that happened. That just happened. That just happened. Holy crap, that just happened. Alright. I don't know how many times I have to keep learning these lessons. If see the chest trapped and you can't break it, walk the fuck away. No. 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 Okay. So, I'm going to exit. This is the end of this particular character. We're going to have to retry again. I'm not going to go through the dialogue as intensely next time until at least we exceed this point. I know exactly where we are. What I will do though is I will respawn to give you guys an idea of what to expect if you do decide to respawn. So let's press that. Right,
Listen to my words. You must hear them.
Right, XP loss, GP loss.
Hello to you.
You're lucky to be alive. We barely managed to bring you back. Your soul had nearly departed to the afterlife. Who are you? How did I get here? I thought you'd have been familiar with this process. No matter, I can explain it to you. You're one of Arabeth's most important agents. After what happened at the academy, she wants me to keep watch over you personally. Before your mission started, I cast a word of recall spell upon you, so that whenever you became mortally wounded, I could immediately teleport you here to stay safe. Just now, some enemy must have struck you a near fatal blow, and so the spell's contingency magics activated and whisked you away to safety. Okay, you can ask, when did this occur? How was I healed? I don't want some stinking word of recall spell. Cancel the spell right now. I need to return to my mission. Let's see if I say I don't want it. I can't do that. You are too important. Neverwinter has need of your skills. If you're ever to find the missing creatures, we can't risk an untimely demise. Okay, fine then. I need to get back to where I was. Can you help with that? I can help you return to the site of your last battle, but are you sure you want to go back so soon? Okay. Yes, teleport me there now. As you wish, prepare yourself. And he teleports you right back. Okay, beautiful. Okay, before I call it quits, since I died doing it, let's find out what the hell was in this chest. Right, let's see what was so insanely valuable that it actually hit me for 88 health. Mind you, I've got 70. So I lost a bit of XP, I lost a bit of gold, by the way. So, does it say how much? Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says XP loss and gold loss. Interesting. Hang on, no. You lost 350 XP. It's not the end of the world. 2,000 gold. Again, it's not the end of the world. So, in theory, if you're not going to be crazy like me, in theory, you'll still have, well, in this case, 18k instead of 20. And in terms of XP, you'll have 24,000. Oh, so close to leveling. Oh, no. I was so close. No. 24,400 instead of 24,800, basically. So, yeah. Alright, if this is a freaking copper necklace, I'm gonna cry. Don't be a copper necklace, please. Almost as bad. A copper ring and an amethyst. This sells for bugger all. Do not open it just because it's glowing red. It doesn't mean it's valuable. Alright, well, this has been a long session. Ultimately, it's yes, it's didn't succeed. What should I do? Should I do another elf? I want to do another monk, but I'm thinking a different race. Maybe I'll just do a human this time round, or maybe even a gnome. If you have any thoughts, then please pop it in the comments. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. A half-orc seems to lumber a lot, just so that you guys know. He seems really lumbery, but hey, I'll do whatever. Halfling's also an option, although, yeah, they have their drawbacks. And what else? Half-elf, not much benefit in a half-elf in my opinion. I guess, sort of, kind of, I can see an argument for it. And obviously the dwarf, a dwarven monk. And maybe I should team up with Grimnor and just double monk things. Anyway, this is me signing out, I guess. And let's see if we can do a bow. Let's see, is /bow works. Nope. I wonder if there is an emote for it. Goodbye. Well, we can do that.
I'll see you soon.
No, you won't. You're dead, buddy. Salute. Okay, and bow. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, with that sad demise, I am signing off, and we shall start afresh sometime down the road. Feel free to leave comments. Cheers.